Alright, welcome back everybody. Trying this again. Sorry, my YouTube creation stuff, videography, whatever you want to call it, is still a work in progress. I've been failing miserably as of late trying to record videos, audio issues mostly. And I also had thought I was recording a video the other day, and it turns out I just took a picture and talked to myself while I was riding my bike for like a half hour. So yeah, anyway, trying again. I'm trying something a little different. I got the little handlebar mount. Give you actually it's mounted to the stem. Anyway, hopefully if you're hearing this, it's working finally, but it's been hard to get the audio to work with it. For some reason, when I mounted it to the handlebar like that, it really picks up the engine, the motor noise, and it's like a real loud whining, can't even hear you. Anyway, so trying a lapel mic, and tried it yesterday and it didn't really work out because it was crackling and stuff, so I tried to do a little different connection. Let's see, hopefully this sorts it out here, gives you a nice cool perspective. All right, anyway, so things I wanted to talk about. So first off, I wanted to kind of do a follow-up to my range test video I did. This is like a week and a half ago now. Kind of wanted to clarify because I had a couple comments about getting, if you did this you could get further range and whatnot. Well, the goal for that video was not to try to eke out every last tenth of a mile that I could get out of the battery. The goal was almost a comparison. When I first got the bike, I did that similar route on a fresh battery and was able to get almost 22 miles. So I wanted to, and that was with the full, that time I did the full pedal assist the whole time. I was on pedal assist 5, but obviously it was the stock setup. So this go around, I wanted to, try to match that, which I think I've said before that. So now with this Bolton upgrade, pedal assist 4 is basically equivalent to pedal assist 5 on the stock setup. So it's still it's pushing about 730 watts or whatever, which is about what the stock one did on pedal assist 5. On this one at pedal assist 5, it's like 1500 watts, so it's obviously a lot different. So that wouldn't have been a fair comparison. So, and I did kind of switch back and forth. The other thing was I wanted to try to keep it, sort of how I normally ride. So yeah, that wasn't my goal to eke out every little mile I could. The goal was to compare it, see how far it had degraded. And the other thing was I had really been getting bad results before I did that balance. I was down as low as like 11, 12 miles on one charge, so had me really worried. So that was another reason, was to get sort of a better idea of where it was after the balance charge. And yeah, I was able to get over 17, almost 17 and a half, so I was pretty happy with that, given the abuse that this battery's taken. So anyway, I just want to clarify that. Also on that note, there was another, some comments made on that video, which was kind of funny. Somebody said I was showing bad e-bike juju. Which, you know, apparently, I guess they're saying I was making a bad impression or something. I don't know exactly what bad e-bike juju is, but I thought that was kind of funny. And they were saying that I needed to lay off the throttle and I was scaring the daylights out of people, which was total bullshit, BS. Sorry, try not to cuss here. Yeah, totally ridiculous. That video was shot in time lapse, actually time warp, which on the GoPro is like an enhanced time lapse that adjusts the intervals. You know, if you don't know what a time lapse is, you know, photos taken in intervals that kind of give that stop motion effect. Anyway, the time warp adjusts the speed of the intervals to match the speed that you are moving, the vehicle's moving. So it's, or you're moving or whatever. You can use it running, biking, kayak, whatever. And so yeah, so it's even like further, you know, further away from what the actual speed is. You know, it tries to make it appear that you're going much faster than you actually are. And it does a good job of it. It's really cool looking. And there are times in that ride where, I mean, I essentially came to a complete stop, but you can't tell that from the video. I mean, it looks like I'm still moving. And so yeah, I assure you, no daylights or scared out of anybody. Isabel, always very safe. Always have a high-vis vest when I'm riding. I wear my helmet. Keep the light on even in the daylight. And yeah, so and then also on the throttle thing, if you pay attention to that video or any of my videos, you'll see that I hardly use the throttle. In fact, and I'll show you right here. So when you come to a stop, right here, come to a stop, and you go to pedal assist, it's like, oh, these first couple pedals, boom, it finally kicks in. So you've got it, and I don't know if there's a way to adjust that, but so if you're going across an intersection, especially if it's light controlled, that you know, a lot of these they don't even give you, especially on a bicycle, you know, the light goes green, it doesn't even give you enough time to get through the intersection before it turns yellow. And so that's when I use the throttle. It gives you a nice boost, sort of off the line, and then you can catch up with the pedal assist. And so other than that, I'm always just using pedal assist. I almost never use the throttle. Maybe if you get caught out on the wrong gear coming up a steep grade, you know, use the throttle there. But other than that, you know, throttle's almost never used. So anyway, just want to clarify that as well. And so anyway, moving on. I got some other news. I got a couple new items. I finally received the new controller case. So if you guys saw my Bolton upgrade video, I had ordered, nice old limo thing. Anyway, I had ordered a controller case mounted, you know, like a little mounting case thing, and the one that they shipped me initially was like, I ordered the XL, a large or an XL they called it, and the regular size, the small size. I had ordered the XL, but they sent me the small one. Anyways, I was able to use the mounting hardware off of that, so it wasn't a total loss, but I had also at that same time ordered one from a different site. And initially it said I wasn't gonna get it till like end of July or something, but lo and behold, it came. But it's too big. It fits the controller, but it doesn't fit in the space between the fender and the frame. It's too big. I'd have to like either cut the fender out there. It's too tall. I can't slide it up the frame, you know, to try to avoid the fender. And yeah, it's too wide to fit in there. And you'd either have to remove the fender, which I'm not going to do, or cut it, which I'm also not going to do. So again, if you have fenders on your bike and you're doing that upgrade, I wouldn't even bother with trying to, you know, do one of those controller cases. You know, I have ridden this now in a couple, not real heavy rains, but you know, some rain and no issues. It really does feel pretty watertight. Just put a little silicone around the edges, and you know, it's all got real good gaskets around it, and make sure the wire's coming out of the bottom, and I think it'll be fine. So yeah, so I got that. That was another fail. And then I also Rad Power Bikes, their batteries came back into stock, so I was able to get ordered. It took a couple weeks to get here. Shipping is still kind of slow. I don't know what. Also, their communication, their customer service is not what it used to be, but I guess they've been really busy with everything. But yeah, it finally came just a couple days ago. And so yeah, I'm looking. Actually, it just came yesterday. What am I saying? So I did charge it up last night. I haven't used it yet. But yeah, I'm stoked. That's gonna open up some, you know, long journeys, do some longer rides, and also kind of ease the. I think I'm probably just like gonna alternate back and forth. One battery one day, one battery the next, because they both. I mean, even the, you know, I'm using my old one today, and it's still. I mean, it gets me home no problem. Actually, since that balance, it's been really good. And so yeah, I continue with that. Then also on another, sort of just want to update on, if you watched my upgrade video, I had I had purchased the hydraulic calipers. They're mechanically actuated, but they're hydraulic, you know, well, I don't know what you call them. Anyway, you see my video, you see them, they're like the X-Tech or whatever. And the gentleman that I saw that had posted the original video on those, Jeff, and I linked it in that upgrade video, he posted a follow-up that they failed on him. There's like these little rubber boots that kind of go around where the wire comes in, and yeah, the rubber boot failed and the hydraulic fluid came out. So, and I don't think there's any way you could replace that or repair that. So I did take a look at mine. He'd had his for a little longer than me, and but I did actually, when I was putting the upgrade kit on, I changed out the back brake pads, and I did notice there was some cracking in the rubber, but I didn't know if that was actually holding the fluid back, if that was just protecting the wire. But anyway, that's something to I put a little silicone grease on there, and hopefully give it a little longer life. But yeah, I mean, they're a bit disposable. It was kind of a sealed thing, you know. It's not like normal hydraulic brakes. You can bleed out, replace the fluid and stuff, and kind of rebuild. But this one, you can't do that. So kind of one of the drawbacks, but kind of one of those get what you pay for deal. That was only $40 for the pair. So just something to be aware of. Keep an eye out if you did go with those upgrades. And actually, along with that, he did post a video where he replaced at least one of them. He did the front brake with a full hydraulic setup. So he's got a new video up on that. And look, it's expensive, but I think he went with like a 4-piston, which according to his video, he said he was almost doing like an endo. So it sounds like a really good upgrade, but he also noted that it does not have the switch. Like these brake levers have a switch on them that when you hit the brakes, it disengages the motor, sort of a safety thing. So the motor's not engaged while you're on the brakes. But his new ones didn't come with that. So he was talking about trying to wire up like a shut-off switch or something. I'm not sure how that would work. And I have seen other, like you can buy this little switch that kind of sticks onto the brake lever. I don't know, it looks a little funky, but anyway, just wanted to update on that. I am on the hunt for some hydraulic brakes. It would be nice to get the full, but I'm pretty happy with these calipers, especially for the money. They do take a little adjusting. I gotta adjust them like, I don't know, once a week or something. The little set screw that kind of adjusts the tension seems to loosen. It's minor. I just keep a little Allen wrench in my tool bag and adjust it here and there when it feels like it's getting a little loose. Not a big deal. And other than that, I've been really happy with them. They've got some really nice pinching power. And so yeah. What else? Well, I don't know. I guess I'll cut it there. Sorry, it's kind of taking me a bit to get these video out. I'm yeah, still a work in progress. You know, one of these days I'll get up to par with somebody like James Bond or something. If you guys, not the spy James Bond, but the YouTuber that, if you guys aren't familiar, you should go check him out. He's got one of the videos, you know, one of the YouTube channels that inspired me to get the RadRover. So he's got a ton of great videos on there, and he does these really cool overlay that shows like the speed and the route he's taken. So that's another thing I've actually been trying to get, but I can't. I'm having issues, like, I don't know, for some reason I have to use a separate app to get the GPS data, because I get a because I guess you can't really get it from the GoPro Hero 8. That's something they in the older ones you could, but for some reason in the Hero 8 they locked it out. So I don't know. So there was like a $200 program you could get to extract it, but I'm not doing all that. That's all. It's like what I paid for the GoPro itself. So anyway, still a work in progress. I'll hopefully get my videos looking as cool as his someday. And anyway, I'll leave it there. Again, always, if you guys have any questions or comments, drop them down below, and stay rad, everybody.